everyone, and welcome to Low Rent Rick Scale Modelling and my build of the Airfix 172 scale starter set North American P-51D Mustang. Before we get going, please consider subscribing. It's completely free, makes me really happy and really helps the channel along. Now, I've built quite a few of these starter sets, but there's a few little things on this one that I've not seen before, but let's cover what we get in the actual kit itself. Now, I was really happy to see that in this kit we get a stand. We don't get them in a lot of kits nowadays, or at least not ones that I see. And also what I've noticed in this kit is we've got a pilot. He's very tiny at 172, but I do enjoy when a model comes with a pilot. I think it really puts the model together. Also, these parts here are new to me. So the sprues are marked with a cutout for the A, B and C, which I think is really clear and a lot better than I've seen before. A really big fan of that, but never seen it before. So let's get on with the actual build. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to give it my own paint scheme. It's going to be white and royal blue. I'm using a new airbrush that only arrived a couple of days ago, so this is only the second model I've done with this airbrush. And the scheme, as you've seen from the thumbnail, is my own. So I'm going to do it sort of blue and white. A bit unconventional, but I think the effect is quite good. It's your model, you paint it however you please. I'm a great believer in that. If you want to try something out or you want to try a scheme, it's entirely up to you. It's your art, it's your model. You do it how you see fit. So as you can see, I've got a second camera angle set up here, so I've had a bit of a redesign. I really like this setup, and I've just got myself the big blue mat, the big A1 mat. It gives me plenty more space and more scope for the cameras. So I've given the white and the blue a quick coat, so it acts as sort of a primer. Anyone that watches my channel a lot will notice I don't use primer. I'm not against it, I just don't need it. So everything's had at least one coat, and when I get towards the end of the pot of paint, I like to add a little bit of water just to flush out that last bit of paint and give another final coat over. Already from handling the sprues, I've noticed that this kit is in absolutely fantastic condition. It feels a bit like a new tool. If any of you out there have got any information, please do stick it in the comments below. I do like hearing about kits from the team of experts out there in the community. It looks like I'm doing a lot of filing, but I'm just making sure that the fit's okay, as later on I find that the fit is so good on this particular kit that it's actually tight. The thing actually snaps together really well because the tolerances are almost perfect. So the kit is a fantastic kit, with the sprues being in brilliant condition. I found that this is one of those kits that absolutely flew together, pardon the pun, but it just came together so easily, and that's down to the quality of the kit. It was an absolute pleasure to build. Sometimes these can take up to about 7 hours to go from start to finish, and I think this complete kit was somewhere around 3, which gives you a good idea of just how little messing about I had to do with it. So couldn't recommend this one enough, and I'm looking forward to doing another one. I actually have a 148 scale Mustang to do sometime soon, so it'll be nice to see the comparison between that and this, the 172 scale. I'm going to assemble the white parts of the underside and give them another coat of white, as the blue edging goes all the way around the wings. The wings are an insert into the upper wing piece, so I want to give these a good white coating and get them done, and of course the tail pieces too on the underside. And I've also given the pilot a bit of an undercoat in white just to make painting him easier. So assembling the cockpit, again, fit is spectacular. You know, these 172 starter kits and most of these airplanes kits, they start with the cockpit and everything assembles around them, but the fuselage fit's amazing, as is the wings that are coming up. So I'm going to paint the main body in blue, as you've seen, and the white underside, and a few silvery bits, and I'm probably going to do the nose cone in a nice bright blood red. I'm also only a recent convert to using Tamiya Extra Thin as the adhesive. It's a great product. I find it difficult to use at first when I'm used to using something that's still quite thin. The Revell contactor is my main go-to, but I found that if you just give it a little bit of time, it's a great glue to use. So the second coat of blue is going over the main parts before assembly, just to make it all nice and tough, give it a good tough double coating. This is Vallejo Model Air, which I'm using almost exclusively at the moment for the painting of my kits. I just find it such a great paint to use. I'll also be varnishing with a new product to me as well. I'll be using Vallejo Mecha Color matte varnish to do these. I usually use the Vallejo matte varnish, the standard one. I just need something that's a little bit tougher, as these models are going to get packaged and stored up for the new studio. Time to get the stand and the propeller painted up. Again, Vallejo Model Air matte black, and I'm going to do all the little bits before the final assembly. Now, doing the dry fit here pre-assembly, I can again see just how good the quality of the kit is. It barely needs any glue to keep it together. It just sort of snaps together really well. That fit and that tolerance is so good. One of the things I'm really enjoying about the Tamiya Extra Thin is how it creeps along the lines. So when I just put a dab on a straight line there to glue these two halves together, and the liquid cement, the surface tension drags it along the line, so you don't have to put lots on. It just finds its natural level across that line, so it will creep into all the nooks and crannies. I'm probably using far too much, as it's a confidence thing. I'm just learning how to use the stuff here, but that's something worth noting, that when you've got these fine lines to glue, when you just put a dab on, it will find that line and it will run across it itself. Absolutely fantastic product. The wing section actually took a little bit of pressure to get it in there, again due to the quality and the tolerances. I had to really put a bit of force in just to get it to snap back into this little recess. Probably again a piece that didn't need any glue because it just fits in there so nicely. I'm going to be handling quite a lot now, so I'm going to give it a very light coat of the Vallejo Mecha Color matte varnish, just so that I don't get any transfer from my fingers, especially onto the white underneath. This blue will rub off if you're a bit rough with it, so a good coating of varnish and letting that dry will just give me a nice tough finish so that I don't ruin it during the next parts of the build. The silver parts I've painted with Tamiya's Chrome Silver X11. I just brush painted those. That's another excellent paint that I've recently discovered. And I'm going to fix the propeller I know the instructions say not to glue them because they should spin, but these models will end up in a wall display. I want the propellers to be in a certain fixed position, and also to stay put when I wrap them up. That's why I'm gluing the propellers in a solid place. Now it's time for the decals, and this is probably where I wondered a little bit about my choice of colour scheme. Please let me know what you think about it in the comments, good or bad, because there's not a lot of decals, and they are navy blue and white, except for the tail pieces, which are black and white. So I really wondered whether this was going to work, but I think personally it came together quite well. Now the finishing touches, I'm going to paint up the little pilot. 1/72 scale is really tiny, especially with my old eyes. I've given him a base coat of white and then a wash over of light green, over which I'm going to go over with a thin wash down of dark green to give that material a bit of texture. He's going to have a life jacket in yellow and some brown leather boots and a brown leather cap. I don't know whether that's historically accurate, but I think it looks nice, so I'm going to go for that. And some extra detailing around the cockpit before the canopy goes on. And there she is finished, the Mustang P-51D in my own colour scheme. Please do leave me some comments and some likes on the video. Please let me know what you think of my colours. I'm really pleased with it, but I'm open to some good constructive criticism if there's any out there. I'm going to mount her on the stand just for some photographs, and then it's going to get packed away for the studio. Thank you so much for watching. If you're still here, thank you for joining me for yet another video. It's a pleasure to have you here, and I love to make these videos, so thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing and check out the description for all the links of how to support the channel and links to some of my other videos. If you're on Facebook, please pop along to our Facebook group, Scale Modelling for Everyone. You'd be welcome there, and we'd love to see your work. See you in the next one. Goodbye.